Love after hurt.
Oh Lord, okay.
Love after hurt. I did say we were going to do family, and I wanted to do finances, but we can talk finances
Yeah.
next time because finances is kind of broad. But what love after hurt? Because, like, these are things that this is something that people struggle with.
And I don't. That's why I'm like,
You're an anomaly. So
no,
most
so that's why
people,
I'm like,
but
ooh,
you know how to
bounce
heal.
back.
You know how to like sit with it. You know how to speak up for yourself.
And maybe that's why I don't grieve as long. Because in the process, like when I'm in it, one, I'm in it. I'm when I'm in a relationship or when I'm saying I'm rocking with you,
Mm-hmm.
we balls to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I am not someone who can say, all right, I'm gonna give you 50%, and then I'm gonna give you 70%, and then
Right.
I don't know how to piecemeal or breadcrumb you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to do that. So if I like you, and once I make a decision, all right, we doing this, I'm rocking with you, right? Then it's balls to the wall. Now, I am vocal about that in the talking phase, or you might even see where I don't even have to tell you, because like you might match my energy, right? But if at any point you say, well, Ralph, are you going to stay like this? And I say, yeah, until, and I'll be honest, I am like this until you do something. Now, I can be balls to the wall, boom, but the moment you show me where I can't trust you, and then we got to rebuild. The moment you betray me or you do something, you're not getting 100 anymore. You might get 80%, you may get 70. I can't lie and say I might come back around that corner, but for the most part, if we're together for a long period of time, more than likely it's going to be a minute before I let that guard down and say, okay, I can go back to 100 because you got to show me. But if it comes to the point where 100 ends up being 0, and we got to go ahead and dead this, because I've been vocal, I've given chances, I've told you, hey, this is not working for me, or hey, we got to figure out something better. Hey, I'm feeling like this. And then it's like, okay, you keep giving me your ass to kiss. And then I say, okay, I'm out. You know, I know how it looks because I've been told this before, that it looks like I don't care, because it looks like I've moved on. But you have to realize, when I told you, hey, this hurts my feelings, da 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 da, and then you didn't do anything, I grieved that moment.
Mm-hmm.
When I told you, hey, this is how this is looking, or this is how this make me feel, and you didn't do anything, and I see, okay, and I feeling like you don't care, I grieve that moment. I'm now holding on to love because you're not showing me love.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm grieving those moments as I'm going on. And then when I don't have anything else to grieve, then it's over. And then I grieve the whole experience, as in, I'm going to miss texting you. I'm going to miss my routine that I have with you. And that might take me 2 days. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
you were walking around thinking you were Gucci, not giving me anything. And now you have to grieve the whole thing. Don't dismiss me grieving every moment that I spoke to you when you dismissed me, that I didn't grieve that moment. I just don't have as much to grieve anymore because I've been grieving.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
now I'm Gucci and on to the next.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Yeah.
not someone who, and I also don't carry, because I properly grieved that situation. I'm about to say growth.
Mm-hmm.
Because I properly grieved that situation, I also heavily, sometimes I wish I did not, but I heavily pull from the tree of treat people like how you would want to be treated. So I wouldn't want to enter into a relationship
Mm-hmm.
where I'm responsible for the baggage of somebody else. I do that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, why
Mm-hmm.
am I already behind the 8 ball? I got to put in the work to show you, When I
Right.
just got here. So I don't put those expectations on somebody else. I want you to show up with a clean slate, just like how I want to
Mm-hmm.
show up with a clean slate. Because what
Right.
you may not do the things that that person did, that was them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I can fully go on into another relationship, and I also don't jump relationships. I give myself
Right.
time. Like
Right.
I need a minute.
I don't, you know, I've never jumped relationships either, but I have had my phases where I'm like, hey, I'm out here talking to whoever I want. If you would like to sign up, you're more than welcome. But understand, I'm
What?
doing what I want to do for me right now. And if something were to come of that, then great. Kudos to the winner.
Yeah,
But other than that, I'm like, and some people will say, oh, you acting like a dude. But I'm like, no, I'm being honest with
yeah,
you. If that comes across as masculinity, then hey, okay.
yeah.
But I'm being honest with you because you won't be able to say I led you on. Um, you know, I'm not gonna give you no blow for blow, play by play of my everyday. No, but I also agree, like when I'm in it, I am in it. And I think, you know, it takes me longer than 2 days. But it doesn't take me like I'm not a person that's like month after month after month either. Like certain people stay with you for whatever reason,
Yeah.
for their own reasons. But I believe when you show me who you are, I believe it.
I believe it. I believe it.
And you know, change behavior is sexy. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Change behavior is beautiful. Um, right up there with consistency.
Yeah.
So like it's easier for me to believe that you don't care to change or save this relationship. So I think you start grieving. I'm like, I'm starting to check out. I'm checking out slowly but surely. Up, this chunk of me is checked out. Up, that part of me, until I don't have anything else to check out other than look, this ain't working for me no more.
Right.
I'm good, and I think, but I do know that, like I similar to what you said, when I am done with a relationship, I just need a break. I've never had a desire to immediately like my on to the next is I need my gray space before I get to that next. Like I need that space of what happened there, what could I do differently to make sure that certain of those things don't happen. Like I want to first take ownership of if there is anything that I allowed, I need to take ownership of
There
that so that
always
I
is.
present
It's not an if.
differently
There
to them.
always is.
Yeah, well, yeah. So that's that if is a soft spot for the this is how she coach y'all. Just let y'all know.
It is. If it ain't no if, there is. There is. There, your part is to play. Yes.
Yes, I just want you to know.
It might not
So
be a big part, but it's
right.
a part. Yeah.
And I know that, but that if was to like ease y'all into the
Don't
think
ease.
about it for a second. She's like, nope, yeah, you did it. So yeah, but people treat you the way you allow, and so and then there are some people who have really, really great facades, they are true characters.
Master at it.
Multifaceted characters. So multifaceted or facet. I'm the person that will correct myself in the middle of talking.
Well, I
Yeah.
thought you were being funny because you have more than two faces, so that's why I thought you were going with,
Yeah, but no, I was, but that's what,
you know.
but then is it multifaceted? But anyway. Um, but yeah, so it's just like, I don't know. I think it kind of goes back to like insanity. Like if you keep getting the same treatment and expecting something different,
Come on, we need
yeah,
to be
that's textbook insanity. Like believe them when they show you who they are. Like our auntie told us to do.
and also that for me that space, which I feel you're saying the same thing, for me is I have to recharge. I gotta recharge.
Yes,
'Cause when you do show up in a relationship and you show up,
right.
you're
It
you're
takes
giving, yeah, you're giving a lot.
yes.
And so to me, when you bounce from one and you don't have that like a space, you go on to the next one, you ain't been giving that in. And it also shows that you're not trying. So think about it like this. You in the talking phase, you lay that foundation and you're building this house of a relationship with a person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we
Mm-hmm.
break up. The house is demoed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that either tells me this whole time you always had another house, or
Mm.
how you already get a whole nother house with a person that quick. So that means that
Mm,
foundation is weak. You know what I'm
that
saying?
part.
I need time from the demolition for me to go into building another house with somebody else. I
And
need
guess what?
time.
You got to search for what you want in that next house. You
Right.
don't go
I
buy
gotta
a
go to
house
the
like,
land and
girl,
but
you
even
gotta see
it's
if you
work.
you gotta do the pre-qualifications. You gotta do and you gotta discover, oh, I didn't know that I like these types of cabinets, but
Yeah.
it's nice to see it in this kitchen with everything else around. It's like it's the end of one relationship, honestly, should be the beginning of a new relationship with yourself
Think
first.
relationships is trial and error. And with
Yep.
anything, if you are good with, is this statistics or is this analytics? Either way, let's just say both. I
Hmm.
think it's analytics maybe.
Yeah.
But if we're looking at it, okay, I got this project and the project is this house, right? And I use this as the foundation and we did this for the material for the house. This didn't work out. I got to demo this thing and start all over again, right? Because the goal is to have my forever house.
Right.
If I just go into another house, I did not realize what materials did I use. Maybe that material was wrong.
Right.
Maybe I laid my foundation. You ain't doing none of the work. I need to have my accountability in how, what did I play in the foundation and even in the materials of this house. I don't want to do that again because I want to make sure that the house stay this time or attempt to make sure the house stay this time. So I need to look at all the things that happen in this situation. And for you to do that, you need to sit with yourself. You need to reflect. Okay, well, I know we
Put
did
you a
that.
design board together.
Like,
Make
come on,
sure
like,
it's cohesive.
well, not even cohesive. Like, all the things are there because, again, maybe we
Woo.
thought this time everything was cohesive. But
Right.
as I sit back and look and reflect, now I can see hindsight 2020. Now I can
Right.
see, okay, yeah, we probably shouldn't have did that, or I probably
Right.
should have did that, or
Right.
okay, I shouldn't have took that behavior. I can see I did that a little bit too long. I ain't gonna do that in this house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But we
Mm-hmm.
don't do that. We were like, ah, I don't want to be in this apartment. I want to be in the house. Let me go ahead and jump over here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've been like me, so I could probably build a house with them real quick. You need to be okay in the difficult. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You can't
Yes.
stand to
Yes. Yes.
be by yourself. Why you think
Right.
why you think somebody gonna stand to be with you?
Right. Right. Right.
And you're
Right.
not even learning yourself to show up better. Like that should be the goal. Like, yeah, I don't care what nobody say. I need to take this time by myself because if anything, I'm accountable for me. So I
Right.
always want to show up my best self. So if from this relationship, my 100 dropped me down to 40, I got to recharge back my 60.
Right.
Some of y'all
Right.
okay just getting to 45 and 50% and be like, shoot, I'm good. I'm Gucci. No, you're not. And then you back at another failed house, demoing that house. Now you got a shack and you like, well, it's better than nothing.
Resonates with me because even when you said that, I've deplenished like the four down to 40%, now I got to rebuild. And that gave me the idea of like, as you're rebuilding and you filling in those new dents and nicks with the caulk, you're smoothing everything out. Like that came from the wear and tear of the situation that was there before. It happens. Like you are going to come out a changed person no matter what. But how you
Good or
feel
bad.
the right, how you fill in those new worn spots, it's entirely up to like the effort that you put into taking the time to do that. Because yeah, you can work on it and like you said 40, some of us get to 60 and then this house is good. Some of us get to 70,
This is
this
good
house is
enough.
good.
And that's what we call settling. This is good enough.
Yep.
I settle for
Yep.
this.
Yep.
No, like I want to, my thing is I always want to show up as my best self. I always want to show up in whatever I do. I pride myself in being super mom. Some people like that ain't your thing. You good at 60% showing up as a mom.
Right.
I don't
Mhm.
like being that. Like I
Right.
I am intentional about memories. So I am like that with my relationships with you. You know what I'm saying? If I'm saying I'm the
Mhm.
type of person that you can call on me, you know, just like how you said, we've been in that house to 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Girl,
And you just
love.
like, oh God, Ralph, thank you. But you've had people who say they were going to come help you and you still waiting for them to come.
Paintbrush still brand new.
Okay. But I'm a person of my word because I know how I feel when
Mm-hmm.
someone tells me they're going to do something,
Right. Right.
I don't want to give that another person that feeling. I don't want
Right.
them to
Right.
even look at me like that, like, because that breeds, I don't believe nothing you say.
Right. That's true.
And I want,
Very
I want
true.
my word to mean something. So
Right.
for
Right.
that to happen, then I have to show up when I say something. I have to do the thing that I said that I'm going to do. So then that means I need to show up 100%. I'm not okay with 60. I'm not okay with 70. But what I'm saying is, as long as you're okay with the result of 60 and 70,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
just got to stand in that thing, though, because you
Yeah.
can't. What happens is, Candace said, yeah, I'm okay with 60. 60 is good enough.
Right.
No, I don't
Right.
have to be perfect. I don't care about being perfect. That's for other people. I'm not a perfectionist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see Ralph over here busting it down at 100.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh, what is this I feel inside? Oh, is this jealousy? What is this?
Right.
It makes my tummy feel a type of way.
Right.
Now I'm gonna say, oh, she need them shutters. See,
Mm-hmm.
she doing too much with that.
Yep. Yep.
Why she got to cut the grass every week? And
Right.
the
Right.
grass don't even grow like that.
Right.
Why she got, ma'am, you already said you was fine with 60, honey.
Exactly. Exactly.
You,
Exactly.
you need to go ahead and settle in the 60.
Right. Right. For sure. Yeah.
So, and that's what we tend to do. We tend to get in these relationships at the moment because we are probably desperate. We're probably tired. I'm tired of being single.
Mm-hmm.
Tired of being single. All my friends around me, they're in relationship. I'm tired.
Right. Right.
Right? So we jump into a relationship. Hey, this is as good as it's gonna get. Because no one's perfect. We just gaslight ourselves. No,
Ah,
one's perfect.
woo!
They
Lord.
they got mostly everything I need.
Wow.
Then here come Joe. Joe said he waited 5 years. And he said, here she come. I got her. Now Joe got 100% with Sharon. Now you mad.
Mm-hmm.
They be
Yeah.
doing too much. They be always posting their trips. And ain't nobody,
Right.
you don't need to
Right.
do all that when you're in a relationship. Okay.
And if that's what they want, that's their business.
This is the one line that I can tell you are miserable in your relationship. You ain't got to do all that to show you happy.
Do all of that and then some.
Anybody who say they ain't got to do all that, I always say you don't have to do all that. Because
Right.
for them, it's not all that. That's basic.
Right. Right.
Because I promise if they were to do all of that, then you really be mad.
Right. Right.
You ain't doing that. You
Mm-mm-mm.
don't take, you don't go out on like date nights. You don't do,
Mm-mm.
settle in your 60%.
Right.
And you have to be okay with it. Getting over hurt is dealing with the hurt. My good friend would say, feel the feels.
Mm-hmm.
People don't want to feel the feels anymore. They only want the good
Nope.
feelings. They don't want to
Nope.
deal with hurt, but the hurt grows you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. It helps you to heal those places because you have to really look at and feel, why does this hurt? Okay, I know why it hurts because I put in my 100% and they
Huh.
didn't put in their 100%, right?
I,
And this is where we gaslight ourselves again to the negative, because I know probably a lot of people do this. They get to the point of, I know why this hurts because I showed up as my authentic self and I gave my 100%. I ain't doing that shit again.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And this is where you allow that person to take your power.
Take
This is where
control
you
over
allow
you.
that person to change you for the worse.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
now you are no longer who you were destined and purposeful to be. Now
Mm-hmm.
you are allowing hurt to manifest into something ugly, to now you become the person who starts to hurt other people.
I'm still on the house analogy because I just love oh y'all. I'm a YouTube taught DIYer, so I really feel this. But it made me I'm thinking of like, people often say, and it's true, 100% and 100% should come into a relationship, not 50-50, right? to be like with your 100% may not look identical. It shouldn't. It's
No,
not look
it should not.
identical to mine, but show up as the best version of yourself. That kind of makes me also, because once you do that, then like you can move forward from there, add the like the bling, the finishing touches, making me think of the house. If you do need to rebuild it and you are like filling in those cracks and securing this and making sure this is stable, then when you have that other person move into your home with you, maybe you can
No,
just say
that's not what I'm saying. No, no, no.
no, this is
No,
what
no,
I'm saying.
no, no, because it messes with the analogy. The analogy is you every time you get into a relationship, you're building a new house. You're not starting with a house you're already in.
Right, okay.
So we're
But
not
I'm just
the
talking
only reason
about
why you're
making.
filling in cracks if I'm rebuilding with the same person.
So the better
If
analogy then is my point is have the house is sound. The house is a sound structure, maybe without the finishing touches. So if you have someone else showing up at 100% with you, deciding the paint is a lot easier than fixing a foundation. Deciding a knob for a cabinet is a lot easier than something like you don't have like you got what is it your things in your walls. You got holes in the walls, is what I'm saying. So maybe no, you finish building the house that you had, and then you move into one that's a sound structure without the finishes, if that's a better analogy. But my point was the house is sound.
okay, so let me polish it up for you. So we come in, we meet,
Mm-hmm.
we're setting the foundation. So as we're
Mm-hmm.
talking, you're getting to know me, I'm getting to know you. We're setting because our intentions is we're dating to be in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we're setting the foundation, we're putting up the side of the house. We getting to the point of the siding, the roof is on, the doors,
Mm-hmm.
ain't nothing in the house.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We just all we have is the house, the installation, and that's it. We get
Mm-hmm.
into a relation, that's when we get to pick out the paint. That's because when we're making
Mm-hmm.
this relationship our own.
Right. Right.
Right. So
Right.
as we go through our relationship, we may have arguments or whatever. Those might be the dings. And so we got to
Right.
use talking to fill those things in. But at any point in time, we say this relationship is over, that house is knocked down and it's done. And that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to take time. Now you in an apartment. You ain't in no house no more. You in an apartment by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because you done knocked down the mansion. That is gone because that's where people fall apart.
Right. Right.
And you have to look at the temptation. I done built this mansion with somebody. It got a pool in the back. Okay, we done
Mm-hmm.
had all the friends over there.
Right.
It got a grill on the side, covered patio, the TV out there. We done had so many parties and stuff out there. But to be honest with you, we done knocked so many holes in this wall. The windows done been bashed out. We had to replace that 3-4 times. This house is not really a home. It is a
Mm-hmm.
house.
Right. Right.
But because it looks good, this is where everybody want to hang out for all the holidays, Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving, Super Bowl. This is the spot, right?
Right. Right.
All my friends know that I got the biggest house on the block and I got the biggest house of my friends, right? I ain't knocking this shit down. I ain't knocking it down. I ain't gonna stay right here.
I might not knock them down, but I'm gonna sell that B. Shit.
No, they say I'm not knocking it down. I'm gonna sit right here. I'll keep replacing windows when we get in an argument. I will continue to, you know what I'm saying, patch up the walls. I'll continue to
Mhm,
replace the carpet because we jouching wine and stuff at each other. I'll
mhm,
continue to
mhm,
replace this and all the things in the house. I'll keep using my caulk. I'll keep using, I am not demoing my house
mm,
because it looks good. It's bigger than everybody in the family. It's bigger than all my friends' house. Ain't nobody got no pool. Ain't nobody got no 3-car garage. I'm not knocking this house down. And then
mm,
I'm not going to deal with the hurt of demoing my house. I'm going to deal with the hurt of always repairing my house. And I'm going to stay in this thing right with them.
mm, mm,
Whereas when you deal with the hurt, knock this shit down. The demoing people coming on Tuesday, you might want to get all your stuff.
mm.
I've already got an apartment. I don't know what you're gonna do. You gonna go back to your mama house or whatever you're gonna do. I'm gonna sit in the apartment and I'm gonna sit
Right.
here and I'm gonna cry and I'm agree this relationship,
And I'm gonna move
and I'm
on.
gonna figure out what I did wrong, how I got the foundation messed up
Mm-hmm.
because it started cracking.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to realize it was too expensive to fix, and I just had to let it go.
Right. Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I got to do all of these things. So then I know, because I already know in my heart of heart, I'm getting me another mansion. I already know that. But I just gotta go into it better next time. I gotta make sure that I have the right pour, I got the right cement, I got the
Mhm.
right lot for that foundation. I got to make sure there's, that the installation right. You know what I'm saying? I got to make sure I got to do more research. I got to, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? I got to get an expert, because I remember, yeah, we did pick a really good premium installation, but it was still kind of drafty.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And so
Right. Right.
you go into those things and you like, okay, I got to make sure that, I got money set to side. So if the roof needs to be repaired, I have experience.
Mm-hmm.
So now I kind of know what to look for. I know the kind of things I want and I don't want. I know now, yeah, I did like that, but I think I'm ready for premium now, or a little bit more
Right.
expensive this now. So, but for me to have that, I got to have that in reserve.
Right. Right.
I got to have that in my reserve ready,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay, so now I done meet somebody. This is what I want to do. These are my expectations. I want to have a lot over here. I want the square footage to be like this. What do you think about that?
Right.
I can rock with you, and I can provide that with you. Well, let's go
Mm-hmm.
ahead and start pouring this foundation down.
Right.
And
Right.
you're
Right.
rebuilding again, because we already done knocked that. But a lot of people, what they do is, this house is kind of rickety over here. I ain't gonna knock it down, but I'm gonna skip my tail over here on the other side of town, and I'm gonna start rebuilding with somebody. Not
Right.
knowing that I still have another house.
Right. 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 Yeah.
I got kids in it.
That's what they be doing too. That's
Got,
exactly what they
I
be
got a whole
doing.
family over here.
Right. This is my other family. Y'all don't know about them. This the other people. This the other ones. Hmm.
Wait, what do you say? No, I'm not gonna do that because people might not be old enough for that. So,
Ah.
but now I'm
Woo!
gonna from Harlem Nights aside.
Oh
I'm
Lord.
not gonna do that.
I haven't seen that in so long.
But yeah, so it's in being okay with knocking down the house, knowing that yes, there are memories in this house.
Mm-hmm.
There were good times in this house, because you have to acknowledge the good times. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna act. I don't like when people act like the whole relationship, the whole time was bad. Because then why you stay so long
Exactly.
in a 2 day
Exactly.
relationship?
Yeah.
You know, I am gonna acknowledge you. When we used to go to the movies, man, we used to cut up. We used to have a good time. When we used to go on trips, we had a good time. But
Right.
when it came to certain things, it's just
Yeah.
it is what it is. Certain things got
Right.
in the way, and I couldn't move forward. Being happy like that. So I got to let it go. I had to let
Right.
it go. But I am open for something new.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I know this may sound wrong, but I don't dibble and dabble in hope. Hope sets you up for failure.
Yeah,
Faith,
it can.
faith is good. Faith is good. Faith will move you forward. Faith is motivational.
Yeah.
Hope will keep you right where you. Hope is stagnant. Hope is complacent. Hope is settling. I hope that they see me.
Right.
I
Right.
hope that they'll do better. I
Right.
hope is no action to it,
Right. Right.
because
It's the
faith
thought
faith without works is
is
dead.
dead.
Faith
Yep.
is saying you have to do something with faith. Faith ain't going to sit on its own and work like magic. Hope,
Faith without hope is unalive.
that too. Okay. But hope is like a wish thrown in the air and like waiting on a genie to come.
Right.
I
Right.
don't dibble and dabble in hope. I
Right.
don't do that. So when somebody say, "Oh, I hope," that's all you're gonna be doing is hoping. But when you have faith about something, I have faith that this is going to work out
Right.
because
Right.
because
Right.
I have faith that I will drop my 10 pounds because I'm going to the gym. I
Mm-hmm.
have faith I will have that promotion because I've been putting in more overtime. I've been showing up on more projects.
Mm-hmm.
I have faith that my marriage will work out because we have been going to therapy, because I have been putting in the work. I hope my
It'll
child,
all be all right.
they'll all be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yep. Yep. Have fun with that. Have fun with that.
So it's like I tell my clients, don't have hope. Go ahead and cancel that. Because it's like, whoo, I'm about to stir the pot with this one. Hope is the Christian prayer. I don't subscribe to church being in relationships.
Church being in relationships?
Yes.
Okay.
I subscribe to God. God and church are two different things for me.
True.
Not to everybody.
True.
Right? You need to have God in your relationship. Church need to stay up out your relationship, your marriage, anything. Stay up out of there, because church says you need to do ABCD 1, 2, 3, or you're going to hell. ABCD 1, 2, 3, you're going to hell. You done marry this person, they beat your behind, you pray on it. If you don't, you're going to hell. If you divorce them, you're going to hell. I don't care if they're walking your eyes about your head. If you leave them, you're going to hell. Because the Lord said, no. God not going to put you in no spot of no confusion.
Hey, I'm going to say this. God know my heart.
Not even that. God ain't
I'm going to say that for me.
You can say that. It still don't matter, because you know why? As God knowing your heart, God made you. Why would God make you to sit somewhere to have his other child on you?
That's what I'm saying.
But a lot of Christians lose their mind and give it to the pastor and stop thinking for themselves and say, oh God, I'm going to just pray that my husband stop beating on me, because the Lord saves. And the Lord looking at you, first of all, I tell you to marry this fool. So
that part,
you look up for me to save, leave.
That part.
Leave.
There's a lot of what people are calling ordained that really ain't.
Just because you brought your family there and you said this before God, God has said, y'all be wanting to put my name on everything. I tell you to marry this person.
I ain't tell you do that. I ain't tell you do that now.
You had 10 more months before yours came, but here you are. Because
here's the other thing. Just because you got married don't mean God gonna start giving you the signs, the intuitions about what's best for you. Like, I think he continues to do that and we ignore it because of the title. Like that, like he don't stop working on your behalf. Like if you get in a marriage that you're not supposed to be in, he doesn't kick you to the curb and stop helping you. He's telling you, this is not good for you. This is a sign. Oh, but I'm married. This is a sign. Oh, but no, he's still.
We look for messages that we're comfortable with from God. That's why.
That's the whole. We ain't supposed to know.
I know. I'm sticking on healing from the hurt.
I just made it love after healing.
Okay, I just made it to the Christian side because a lot of Christians and I hope our friends co-sign. I hope they do. If they don't, it's still fine, because there ain't nothing wrong with a little good debate. But and they are of the church. And I hope they recognize that not all churches, not all, but unfortunately there are a lot that would rather you be a sheep than a steward. And as sheep, you just regurgitate what you are being told. It doesn't sink in, it don't soak in, it doesn't moisturize the brain and the soul, so you can think on your own, right, and move in that. Because my thing is, as someone who grew up in the church, grew up as a Baptist, went to Catholic school, so honey, I'm getting a taste of everything, and I've had Jehovah's Witness friends and I learned from them, you know what I'm saying? Give me the pamphlets, because I want to know, right. You have a mind for a reason, right? And a lot of people do seek counsel from their pastor,
Mm-hmm.
right? But when you're seeking counsel, as I did too, seeking, not on my marriage, but when I used to be in relationships, seeking counsel, you don't go to a doctor just because they're a doctor. I hope, well, some people do. I just hope you don't. Like
I don't.
I
I
look
get what
at
you. I hear.
I look
Yeah.
at the reviews.
Yep.
You know, I see what kind of doctor they are. I'm just
Right.
like, okay. I even ask some of my friends, you know, what doctor you go? Do you like your doctor?
Right. Right. Right.
But it's like
Right.
we've been going to this church, and it's like I don't want to question this man or woman about their relationship qualifications.
I question everything that got power, God included, because my reasons for asking God questions is like it's not. I want to know why, and
Right.
He shows me why. Because I even that they were like, "Don't question God. God, why?"
Just because you're a pastor doesn't mean you are certified or you have a degree in helping people with their relationship
That's true.
issues.
Yep.
It does not. It I don't know how we got here, but it does not.
Because what looks right for you in
That's
your
not even that
family,
because what they use is a lot of what's in the Bible, and it's old.
that, yeah,
And it's built in white supremacy because it is a book that was also used to keep slaves docile, used
yeah,
to keep
yeah.
women docile. You couldn't
Mm-hmm.
even get a divorce from your husband unless he gave you a permission slip. Can you please write me a note
Oh
so I can
gosh.
stop being married to you? And you already knew that was a no. Girl, if you don't get out my face. So then you go to someone who's still subscribing to that same thing. Yes, they are going to tell you to pray about it when they have no acknowledgement of emotional, mental
Mm-hmm.
abuse,
Right,
financial
right,
abuse. And then they're
right,
telling me, I can't believe your husband wouldn't do that to you because he come in here every Sunday. He is part of the deacon board. I
right.
understand what you're saying, but
I'm just here talking to you because
right, but maybe what you need to do is, you know, maybe you need to be a part of the boards. I don't see you here enough. And maybe you need to get with the first lady. And maybe, you know what I'm saying, up your tithing a little bit and pray to God and you know what I'm saying, you know, throw yourself on the altar. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Because you know what I'm saying, maybe when your husband sees you doing this, the demon will leap up off of him and he will be okay.
Right, right.
What?
There's a lot of people just stuck and misguided
It is.
and 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 unfortunately taught to have negative views about authentic help.
Yeah.
Now, and that's not to say, and I know you were very careful in and how you were saying that there is. It's not to say there aren't some
No,
pastors.
there definitely some. My first therapists, they were ministers and they were documented therapists and coaches.
Right. Exactly. Right.
So they have one piece, so that I'm getting both. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting the biblical and I'm getting um the educational because
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you're using both. You know what I'm saying? You're
Mm-hmm.
using what
Mm-hmm.
you learn about relationships and you doing your research and you're doing because there's more than just we go together, we in love. Because
Right.
again, we come from two different environments. So if you're coming from a environment where you were emotionally abused, that's abuse
Mm-hmm.
you can't see. And so
Right.
you can come into a relationship and emotionally abuse me. But if my pastor don't know
Mm-hmm.
nothing about that and all he know is physical abuse, you're gonna set me up for failure and can set me up
Right.
to continue to get abused. That's what
Right.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
where you have sheep followers,
Yeah.
the Lord will prevail at all costs. That's why you keep tithing, and you still haven't got up out that house where you almost in foreclosure because you won't use your brain. Maybe I need to get help. Maybe I need to seek other information, and I can
Mm-hmm.
still
Mm-hmm.
pray because
Yeah.
God will do it for me. But I got to have faith as
Right.
I put in the work and not sit there and have hope and think God is a genie and does magic.
Right. Because That free will is still in play.
Honey, I done been told I going to hell, so
And I mean, and I was saying that, like, I have attended churches where, they did not, pastors did not have those credentials, but they absolutely would
yeah.
not co-sign on you staying out abusive. And they spoke outwardly about that. No, like y'all, like I've had pastors be like, you got to use your common sense too. Okay. We up here, yeah, I'm teaching and I'm showing you this, but use your common sense. And it's like, there's a lot of pastors that won't simply say that. You know how empowering it is for a
Yeah,
pastor to simply say, use your common sense.
come on.
Because so, and for those who are not in the Bible Belt, Ralph and I are in the Bible Belt.
We
So
are.
we've seen it in a very stereotypical way. Um, and that's the best word that I can think of for it. But to still be in this area and have attended services at places that the pastor would be like, y'all got to use your common sense. I've had pastors to
And
stand on the pulpit and say, there are, love my church in Atlanta, by the way. I love them, because Impact Church. They'll stand there and say, we got therapists on the face of this earth for a reason. We got doctors on the face of this. Y'all can keep on praying, but y'all need to go see them doctors, and y'all need to go to the therapist too. They're here. Like, so don't just put it all like you have kind of faith without works. You have to do your part as well. So to say that does not negate the power of prayer, but also
right, it doesn't negate the
use
power of
all of
prayer.
your resources that are available to you in your common sense.
You
Like,
don't think God gonna touch the hands of the doctor to help you?
so yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because honey, I would have won the lotto a lot by now. That was if it
Yeah,
was that.
okay.
Shoot. Hope
And
I win.
everybody
Hope
know
I
that.
win. I'm not an avid player, but I do try every once in a while. I
So
do.
what is your you didn't give your you kind of co-sign on mine, but what is your take on I guess healing after hurt?
I just I mentioned, like, definitely you have to be in what I refer to as that gray space for a minute. Like, you come out of the one that's done, is ended. The gray space meaning I'm trying to combine what I just got from this, whether it be light or dark, to the light. We gonna call it like gray, dark gray charcoal, because it's ending for a reason, right? If it was all light, you would probably still be there, unless there's
Yeah.
something that you need to deal with on your own, and that happens too. So, because you could be on the other side of this thing, like it was all light for you because you thought it was all good, and now you on that side in the dark. But all that to say, I think it's really important to take that moment, just a moment. And like on my last single journey, where I was just like, when I really made up in my mind that I was just gonna have fun, meet people, because it was something that I had never done. I was taught that, relationship. You got to be in it. You don't need to date around and do all of this. But I'm like, how do I ever get to know people? How do I get to know what I like and what I don't like if I don't ever take the moment to engage with other people in the dating scene? Dating doesn't mean I'm sleeping with every single person that I'm going out on a date with. And I think a lot of people automatically assume that. But it gives me the opportunity to see, do I like this energy or not? Because if not, on to the next. Does that mean you can only date one person at a time? No, that was a stretch for me. I personally did not get that. Like, not even didn't get. I didn't feel comfortable dating multiple people because I was taught that wasn't okay.
That's
And so I was so freaking liberated when I finally tried it. And let me tell you, that was the quickest. I'm out here doing my thing in my whole life. It ended just as fast as it started.
me and you
So,
me and you
and I
behind me do
mean,
it.
it ended quick.
Wait,
And it wasn't even that I was trying to end it. Like, I even fought it a little bit, like, no, because I'm out here doing my thing. But it was really just the shift in me of that whole, again, the rediscovery process. It gave me just enough time to figure out what I wanted. Do I know it all? No, because relationship is truly that mirror. It's a reflection. You learn those dark spots, those blind spots in the mirror. You learn that in a relationship, and like, wait, why do I feel this way? Wait, what? So, just taking that time. Some people don't know how to be alone.
You don't.
Alone and lonely are not the same.
They're not.
Like there is so that alone time is where you sit, you figure it out, you find that peace, you find that joy. Like there's a beauty to nothingness. And I think we are so used to being clouded by things.
Distracted. All of the
We get
clouded, distracted,
we get
consumed.
influenced by things that aren't meant for us because we don't know how to sit in nothingness and really discover what it is. So I'm craving some nothingness right right now, like just, and I'm not, that's not, I just, for that mental space,
Yeah.
right? Like I'm doing a lot of thinking right now for myself and a lot of people, and I just don't want to. And it's not that I don't mind. I know the roles that are mine to keep, but I need that space of nothingness so I can delegate what is not mine and hold on to what is. And I can't do that in the cloudy space. So that is something that I discovered in those gaps. Each time those gray spaces came after relationships, it got better. Like I like one time it was like I discovered that I like taking walks with my dog on, and doing hiking. Another time I like decided to learn go take swimming lessons, and it's just different things like that that you get busy in relationships. Like you connect your life with someone else in a way, and you have to then rediscover how to make space for yourself. So my most recent time, and moving into like the current relationship, I'm learning and relearning how to make space for myself, to protect that space for myself, because I'm no good to anyone if I don't have that space protected. So um that I said all that because that's how I heal. So once I've gone through that healing process, then I don't even look. It just, those people show up, right? Like they naturally gravitate to you. Um, but it don't mean that it's all peaches and cream. You still gonna have your things. And I think a lot of people walk away from relationships sometimes because they expect everything to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. No relationship is perfect. And that imperfection is probably something that you need to
You do.
grow.
You need that to grow. But
Yeah,
what I use as a gauge of, is this worth it?
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Is a gauge of, is this a walk away, or is
right.
we need to check in? Like,
Mm-hmm.
this
Mm-hmm.
is about to be a uphill battle. We can get over. I just gotta get over the mountain, but I gotta check
Right.
in. Is this still in alignment, or is this something that I can deal with? Because a lot of
Right.
people sign up for things they can't deal with or will not accept
Mm-hmm.
because I like them,
Right. Right.
or
Right.
I like what comes with them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is, the look of things. So then I will go against, and maybe you don't know your morals and values.
That's what just said. Psh.
So I'll go against my morals and values because, again, I don't know myself well enough to be
Right.
like, again,
Right.
this this is beyond me.
Yeah.
Because people like to call you quitter, but if we don't have the same, or so, I'm gonna just stay right here and then I'm gonna go. In being your authentic self, you need to know your morals and values,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, for me, I value transparency and honesty, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't care what you got to say to me. I'll even tell you this. You better tell me before somebody else tell me.
Right.
Right? So we can give me, because the answer may not always be I'm gonna break up with you or whatever the case,
Right.
because I
Right.
want to talk about it. Give me a
Right.
chance to talk about it and let me see and feel, and us commune, so then I can make a decision. But
Right.
if somebody else tell me, then it is an absolute no, or we over,
Right.
because now you embarrass me. You know what I'm saying? You hid it from
Right.
me. I feel betrayed. You didn't even give me a chance to talk about it,
Right.
right?
Right.
But if my girlfriend values money and status, she's going to give me poor advice.
Right. Right.
She's going to tell me to stay
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
he got a good job. He's a provider, but I value someone with a good character. I value someone who's going to be honest with me. I value someone who's going to protect me. You know what I'm saying? I value someone beyond the money. So I
Mm-hmm.
can't get advice from you because you're going to push me to do something I don't want to do. And because it's my relationship, I'm going to breed resentment, and
Right.
I'm going to be miserable because
Right.
I'm living out your dream because you think it's cute that we go on trips 4 times a year. I get to go on shopping sprees every other day. I'm going to the spa. You think
Right.
I'm living the life, and the whole time I'm miserable,
Right. Right.
right? So that's why you got to check in with your own morals and values and say, okay, does this align? Right now we are at a rough patch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my partner is going through something. This is in alignment with my morals and values. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're having a character issue or whatever. This is
Mm-hmm.
something I'm willing to fight for. You know what I'm saying? Okay, not all the time is the fight you helping, or what some people try to do is fix the person, because
Mm.
you need to be asking, what do you need me to do?
Right. Right.
Because how am I supposed to fix something in you?
Right.
Do you
Right.
need me just as support? You know what I'm saying? Do I just need to be a listening ear when you come back from therapy? You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Do I just need to be a listening ear for when you need to vent and get stuff off your chest and maybe talk things through? Do
Mm-hmm.
I just need to give you, reassurance? What do you need from me? You know what I'm saying? Do I need to give you affirmations every day? So while you're going through the journey of whatever the case may be, this helps, keep you going. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need me just to
Mm-hmm.
check in on you? Because
Mm-hmm.
again, we go ahead and throw on our cape and go ahead and try to fix the problem for the person, and then the problem's not fixed because 6 months down the line, we back at the same problem again because you threw on
Right.
your cape and you was like, hey, I just want this to be over with so we can go back to being happy.
Right.
I did it for you because I knew it needed to be done.
Ah, goodness.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, if you are a serial cheater,
Mm-hmm.
I already know that had you cheating, period, ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right. Right.
Right? Because that's a self-discipline problem. That's an
Mm-hmm.
insecurity problem. That's a lack within you problem, and
Right.
not me. Even if
Right.
I withheld sex for 17 months, if you was getting to your breaking point where you like, I am very tempted, that's when you need
Mm-hmm.
to make a decision. I need to break up with you because I'm not willing to sacrifice my morals and values because
Right.
I'm a person who does not,
If you have morals and values, as you said earlier,
and if
because
you know
some
what they
don't.
are,
Right.
if
And
you're
some
someone
don't
like,
and just choose not to live by them.
yeah, because I'm not a cheater. That's my morals and values. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to do it. So
Right. Right.
there's nothing you can do to make me do it, right?
Right. Right.
I'm not going to say I'm not tempted. Because if I'm in
Right.
a situation and you are withholding sex from me, I'm not going to say I'm not going to be tempted. But because
Mm-hmm.
my morals and values and my self-discipline is stronger than my flesh, then I'm going to
Right.
talk to you, say, hey, I know you're upset with me right now. And you felt that the proper thing to do was withhold sex from me.
Mm-hmm.
But it has come to the point where I am being tempted to seek out that satisfaction elsewhere. Is there
Mm-hmm.
something that we can do? Because I do not want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And if
Mm-hmm.
there's someone who's stubborn and they like hell bent on being right or being wrong, then okay, I'm gonna have to let this go because I'm not gonna allow you to jeopardize my morals and values and how I conduct myself
Right.
for you trying to prove a point.
Right. Right.
Not about
Right.
to do
Right.
that.
Right. Right.
What do you mean? You got a box you standing on. I'm not trying to push you off the box. I asked
Right.
if you could compromise because we are in this together. You told me no,
Right.
I can't work with that. So then,
Right.
and I'm not trying to make you do anything. So we're done. Now that
That's
has been a
true.
learning lesson for everybody.
Yeah, that's real though. I mean, I
I'd
get it.
rather leave a relationship than jeopardize who I am.
Right, right, right. That makes sense.
And a lot of people aren't willing to do that. They're willing to
No.
be the bad guy, cheat, and still pretend, everybody pretend, again, because we got social media. Social media plays a
Hmm.
very negative part in relationships and
It
people's
does.
identity as a whole.
Hmm.
That's why we got a lot of people faking who they are. We got a lot
Yep.
of face tuning. It's just a lot of pretending,
Hmm.
and so now it's just that you got to do more work if you really want authentic relationships. You want to have authentic experiences, even with friends. There are so many people in Atlanta, Georgia, that don't have friends.
No, as many
If-
people as there are
As
there.
I go through TikTok, there's so many women like they meet people and then they end up either only trying to be their friend because they know that they got a status, they got so many followers on Instagram and then but they weren't really a friend.
Mm.
So it's just like, so you have way more fake people, way
Right,
more fake people now,
right.
you know?
Yeah,
So
that's true.
it's hard. So you got to have your stuff in order before you venture out here and want to date and want to be married so you can weed out these people
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
hopefully find your tribe.
Right. Mm. Find your tribe.
Honey,
This
it's
is
hard out
good
here for a parent. It's hard out
as
here.
always.
Okay?
This was lovely. I don't know today's big takeaway. And then even just, I mean, I guess speaking up for yourself also when the relationship is enough and knowing that, hey, this is not working for me. Standing on, your morals and your values. And if you don't know what that is, take some time to figure that out, you know? Um, but yeah, communication can make or break it, period.
Yeah, we'll make or break it. Yeah.
It will. Yeah, you're right. Will make or break it. But I don't have anything else. It's been great. Stay tuned as always for my info on the Candy Conversation. We're going to do some virtual sessions coming up soon and in person a couple of times in 2025. But you have to stay tuned for the details. I'm not putting anything out until it is ready to go.
Oh, okay. And if you would like to present your scenario, your relationship question, your just one-off question, please head over to the link in the you know where. If you want to book a session, just a one-off session, you don't have to sign up for the program. You can do that as well in the link in the you know where. So until next time, please keep it safe and sexy.
Hey.
Hey.